If you spend any time at all on YouTube looking at selling on Amazon, you've probably come across a couple different models. One model we typically call, and a lot of people call, Amazon FBA. Another model is called retail arbitrage. And so I want to explain the main reasons why I think that Amazon FBA is a way superior business model to retail arbitrage. But first, let's explain what the heck these two things are. Amazon FBA, when people typically use those words, they're referring to creating your own brand of products and selling it on Amazon using Amazon's fulfillment network called FBA, or Fulfillment by Amazon, to do all the shipping and processing and everything like that for your business. But you, at the end of the day, the way we teach it anyways, is you own the brand that you sell on Amazon and use Amazon's resources to find customers, to ship out your products, and basically be able to run this business from anywhere with a laptop, even though you're selling real physical products. So that's typically the model we refer to when we say Amazon FBA. On the other hand, retail arbitrage, there's kind of two different versions of this. And the reason they call it arbitrage is because you're buying product that already exists for one price and trying to immediately sell it for a higher price. For example, one is kind of literally going into retail stores. Say you go into a local Walmart and you can use different apps and you start scanning products with the app, and you can find out that, hey, I can buy this little toy product for kids for $10, but because maybe it's on sale, and then on Amazon I can sell it for $15. And so you're literally going out there and buying these products at local retail stores, discount shops, maybe garage sales, that kind of thing, and then you're immediately reselling it online. And so that's one version of retail arbitrage. Another one is you're doing the same thing but online. Maybe there's a big site out there that's for camping products, and you go on there and you find they have a discount section because they're trying to get rid of a bunch of inventory. Maybe they're selling some products for 50% off and you can buy like 10 of them. And you may find that some of those are actually selling for full price on Amazon all day long, or another big retailer, but typically Amazon. And so you basically go buy those products yourself, resell them on Amazon for a small profit. That's what people are typically talking about when they say retail arbitrage. Now that you kind of understand these business models, I'm a much bigger proponent of Amazon FBA. I think retail arbitrage is probably not worth doing at all unless you just have next to no money and it's your only option. But if you want to actually build a business, I recommend you follow Amazon FBA. First major reason is time. With retail arbitrage, you're going to spend all day long hunting around on discount sites, going around to local stores, trying to find products. And it's basically time is money in that business. And so you only have 24 hours in a day, so you can only make so much money. And on the other hand, with Amazon FBA, your time is much better leveraged because you can still put in a lot of time and effort up front, but say you go out there and you spend a few hours researching products, then you contact a supplier, and so you're kind of waiting to hear back from the supplier. So maybe that day you only had to put in a couple hours. Then the next day you're kind of responding to suppliers, and then you finally end up ordering some samples. And so once again, you only put in a couple hours of work, then you kind of wait for them to do some work for you. Then once you get the inventory, then you place your first inventory order, and they're going to spend all this time and money producing that inventory for you once you found a good opportunity, while you don't really have to do anything. You can start preparing some marketing, but it's not a direct correlation between the time you put in and the money you get out. It's more about how you follow the system and the business model that you're pursuing. And so over time, though, is where it really starts to pay off, is because once you get your own brand selling, you can start having other people run this business for you. You'll start producing sales, because if you're using Amazon as your sales channel and your fulfillment channel, then you can be getting sales all day long on Amazon and putting as little as an hour or two a day in. And you can sell almost an infinite amount with that same system. So that's reason number one, is your time. Reason number two is freedom. If you're doing a retail arbitrage business, you have to be either tied to a computer or tied to a local area where you're out there hunting for products to go out there and resell on Amazon following this retail arbitrage model. Versus doing Amazon FBA, you can build a system where you can literally work none, or you can work an hour or two a day while you're out there doing anything you want anywhere in the world. You can be traveling, you can be hanging out with family, you can be completely disconnected from the internet for chunks of time. You can do all that kind of stuff, so you have a heck of a lot more freedom. Third reason is the risk involved. So you may think, and you may be correct, saying that, okay, maybe there's a little more risk with Amazon FBA, financial risk up front, because you have to buy some inventory ahead of time. Whereas, maybe you go buy 10 little toys from Walmart and resell them on Amazon for $5 profit each. That's not a lot of financial risk. With the Amazon FBA model, you may have to spend a few $1,000s to get your initial inventory. So you may think, okay, there's some significant risk there. However, I don't think that's really the full picture, because When you follow the model that we teach with Amazon FBA, you're actually going out there and you're doing everything that Amazon wants you to do. You're helping them increase the number of products they sell. You're selling good, high quality products. You're building good relationships with customers who like your products. These are all things they want you to do. Versus if you're doing retail arbitrage, you could be out there selling some trademarked product that's protected by a brand and has a minimum price that you can sell it for. So you could potentially be breaking the law, or at least their policies, by reselling that product on Amazon. And in some cases, Amazon doesn't even want you doing that because you're not really an established seller. And so, in my opinion, even though there's a little more upfront financial risk doing Amazon FBA, I think overall, your risk is actually less in that business model, specifically your legal risk. The fourth reason I like Amazon FBA is the ability to scale the business, because there's only so many products out there you can find and resell online when you're doing these things, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 at a time. Like if you were going to, retail stores, or if you're shopping discount sites online to kind of resell those products. With the Amazon FBA model that we teach, that one you almost have infinite scale. We literally have people that have built these kind of businesses and sold them for tens of millions of dollars. Tens of millions of dollars, which meant that they're selling probably tens of thousands of units every single year. And in some cases, they did it with just a handful of employees. I know one person in particular who recently just sold her business for multiple millions of dollars, had 0 employees, because the system is very scalable, unlike retail arbitrage. Because once you set up the system, meaning you own the brand, you've got the sales channels built up, you've got your reviews built up on Amazon, you've got your brand website, your social media profiles, and everything in your marketing system running on Amazon, then all you're doing is having your supplier keep sending more inventory into Amazon and running some basic marketing. Otherwise, it's like you can be selling thousands of products, you can be selling, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of units with almost no extra resources involved. So the scalability in the model that we teach with Amazon FBA, so much better than retail arbitrage. Last and final reason is your ability to build wealth, which is partially related to the ability to scale the business. So we like a business that, and it's kind of my criteria for what I typically call a real business, is one that not only can make income, because you can make income, most likely, according to other people, doing retail arbitrage. If you sell enough products, maybe you can make a few $1,000s a month or so doing retail arbitrage. Perfectly fine. I want a business, and I recommend you build a business that can not only make you income, which is possible with Amazon FBA, and I think at a much higher level than retail arbitrage, but you're actually building an asset that somebody would want to buy. Because the most money a lot of our students have made building their Amazon FBA businesses, some of them have made nice 6-figure incomes from their companies. But where they've made a significant amount, a life-changing amount of money, is eventually selling those businesses. People we know that have sold them for $2 million, $3 million, $4 million, $5 million, some more than $10 million. They've sold these kind of businesses. That's a life-changing amount of money that somebody is only going to pay if you own a predictable, scalable business, which is possible with Amazon FBA, likely not possible with retail arbitrage. So obviously I'm pretty biased. I believe you should be doing Amazon FBA and not retail arbitrage. I don't think it's worth the time unless you just need to make your first few $100 or first few $1,000s and that's your only option, then maybe it's fine. Otherwise, if you want to build a significant long-term profitable business that gives you freedom and time and wealth and scalability, I highly recommend you use Amazon FBA instead.